नमस्ते, मेरा नाम है आयुष और आप देख रहे हैं कड़क। देखिए, आजकल की भागदौड़ भरी जिंदगी में हमारा ऑफिस का काम है, पर्सनल लाइफ है, तमाम तरह के इश्यूज होते हैं जिसमें स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी की जो प्रॉब्लम है वो बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन हो गई है। जरा सा कुछ बात हुई नहीं कि हमारा स्ट्रेस बढ़ जाता है, थोड़ा सा हम खुश हो गए तो गिल्ट होने लगती है कि भाई ज्यादा खुश हो जाएंगे तो फिर कहीं कुछ बाद में बुरा ना हो जाए। और ये अब जो है बहुत टेंडेंसी बन गई है, बहुत राइजिंग केस इतनी स्पीड से राइज हो रहे हैं कि हर कोई उसको लेकर के चिंतित है। तो आज हमारे साथ बहुत ही बड़े स्पेशलिस्ट मौजूद हैं इसी समस्या को डील करने के लिए। सर का नाम है डॉक्टर N गंगाधरन। थैंक यू सो मच सर हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। सर हमारा पहला क्वेश्चन ये होगा कि व्हाट आर द कॉजेज फॉर दिस रैपिड इंक्रीज ऑफ स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी इन आवर जनरेशन, स्पेशली इन माइंड?
It's difficult to say whether there has been a rapid increase in the events like anxiety, stress. But it's true that getting stressed is getting more. More of us are getting stressed, and younger, of course, are getting more stressed. Stress is required to be able to overcome a target. But the difficulty is not able to overcome setting a target higher. Both contribute to stress. So what is beyond my means, am I trying to aim for that, which is possibly any situation. I believe people should aim for something that is beyond them anyway. But they should also know what is the realistic that beyond.
They should know their capabilities.
Yeah, capability, and also what is that realistic beyond.
Okay.
This is very important. All of us have to strive. All of us have to conquer. All of us have to rise above what we think we are, much more than what we can achieve. While in that process, we should also learn how to have a Lakshman Rekha within ourselves, which is very important, so that we don't really continue to remain stressed. Continuing to remain stressed is a source of problem that we are today facing. Increases in the perhaps prevalence of what we call as non-communicable disorders, which may account depression, anxiety, mental illness is one part of it, but there is also a wide range of non-communicable disorders. Obesity, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, you get a wide range of those things. So they're all grouped together as lifestyle disorders. Lifestyle is to achieve more. In the process of achieving more, ignore myself. I think that should not happen. I should continue to watch for myself, make sure that I am fit all through, and then keep doing much higher than what I can achieve. So in the process, remaining to be fit should be a very important goal in our life, because more fit you are, more likely to achieve what you want.
Okay. Sir, are you familiar with the Gen Z term?
Gen Z, yes, I know.
Yeah. So what are the major problems they are facing? Because we all know that they are very vocal about their mental health, their preferences. That's a very good sign if they know what are the boundaries and they know how to draw them. But what are the major problems that they are facing?
It is difficult to say. I'm not a Gen Z person, so I will not know what is the problems that Gen Z faces. But I think rather than saying what problems they face, it's very important to recognize Gen Z is a very strong force in our country. They have not only the strength, they also have that creativity and that zeal to pursue some targets. And I think it is because of the Gen Z that a lot of life goes on in the society. This is my personal perception. Gen Z is very important. And they're very positive about it. Now the question is how we can buttress whatever their distress that they're having so that they overcome those distress. There could be many reasons, and I am not saying that for a given Gen Z person, this is the cause. But then there are a lot of social changes that have happened. One is increasing competition and the speed with which we have to conquer a given target. These two are very important. These two, for whatever the reason, I think we have to learn how to tackle this. Second issue is the other lifestyle I was referring to. Lifestyle, the current lifestyle problems. A lot of time we spend with virtual world scenario.
Yes.
So this virtual world scenario is right or wrong. It has a positive also a negative dimension. The negative dimension is that we probably lose our skills to manage real world scenario. And after all, what we face is the real world scenario. The virtual world is one part of it that doesn't really protect us from the issues which we face in the real world scenario. So the talent and the resilience that we need to build to manage real life situation, relationships, managing your own children, your own elders or your own compatriots in the family or outside the family, the other professional skills or communication skills that are required. These are all very important, and I am sure this is an area where I think we have to strengthen. Above all that, keeping oneself fit, not just mentally, keeping one physically fit is something that is very important. If I put the Gen Z in the category of teenagers plus a few more years, this is the age group wherein they are studying, they are doing research, they are doing maybe just about beginning the job or whatever it is. The scope for physical activity is grossly limited. Today in urban areas, schools hardly have any grounds to play, and there are no playgrounds at all. Many playgrounds have been converted into either parks or parking areas or commercial areas. So the playground activity which was very much available, which has now become less in urban areas.
Yeah.
In rural areas, of course there is a possibility, but the screen make sure that they don't go to the field. Screen, you know what I am referring to. So this is very important. Physical activity and being physically fit will also actually support being mentally fit. So I am a strong advocate of being physical fitness to be guarded. And of course, concurrently, of course, you have to guard your mental illness. Although I am a mental health specialist, I believe both have to go hand in hand.
Sure, sir. So, do you think the modern culture, like in our families, is more towards like nuclear families? There is no longer joint family culture. So, do you think this could be one of the reasons of rapid decline in mental health?
Yeah, there are a lot of strengths in the joint family. There are, of course, some pitfalls. Anything comes with a trade-off. What is good and bad can come together. It does not mean that nuclear families are going to be a problem. Nuclear families without quality time for each other. That is the source of problem. Even in joint families where there is no quality time for each other is a problem. So quality time, and I mean that each of us are willing to spend time talking to each other and willing to share things without any conditions, without any bias. And I'm willing to the so-called family dinner, family breakfast, family bhajan, or a family outing, family shopping.
Any family activity.
These are all together. They are all gone. Each person for himself or herself. Today, bedrooms have TVs. Common TV area itself is not there. Okay, TV itself is a problem. With more TVs, more problem. And then you have, of course, you are a person who on the TV anyway. Then you have the social media, cell phone, blah, blah, blah. Many of these things isolate themselves from the family itself. Nuclear, ultra-nuclear, micro-nuclear, and it goes on, nano-nuclear. So it is gone. So that should not happen. I think connectedness and family bonding is something that we have to encourage. And I think all of us should be talking about it.
So one last question before concluding this. What are your tips for us, like office-going people, to manage our personal life as well as our social life, our office life more efficiently?
Yeah, it's a difficult question. There's no common rule for everybody. But my feeling is wherever you are, in the family or in the office or in the road, be in that time, in that presence. Use that mindfully, totally for yourself. Carrying the office thoughts back home, home thoughts back to office. Those are the things where we get polluted time for ourselves. So polluted environment, polluted food, polluting the time is something that you can prevent yourself. So when you are at office, be totally glued to the office mentally. At home, be glued mentally to the house scenario. If this you can do, I think you will probably be managing yourself very well.
I hope our viewers got the message, what Dr. B. N. Gangadharan is saying. And what are you, even if you have any queries, any doubt, please mention that in our comment section. We will surely get back in touch with sir and clear those out. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.